And this is King Saul. I want to welcome you to the show. Hey, I'm here with brother Raking L.Williams, and he has a book, The Secret of the Light, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to be talking about the light, and I'm going to ask this brother, the different questions about the light. This is important for the community. But first of all, before we start, I want to thank my brother Raking Williams for coming to King Saul Presents of the Royal Family of America. Raking, welcome.
Thank you, my brother. I'd like to thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay. We appreciate you coming, and we hope that the show that we're going to be doing today will be of value to the community.
Indeed.
Hey, so now we talk about the secret of the light. Tell me, what motivated you to write this book, The Secret of the Light?
Wow, I mean, at the end of it all, it was necessity. You spoke about empowerment earlier, and that's what it came down to. My journey and experience led me to the point that everything else around me wasn't the source of my support, in the sense that it had to come from self. And at that point in time in my life, after exploring every avenue, I came to the junction that if I don't use what God have blessed me with, I wasn't going to get anywhere, and that's what I did. I went back and reviewed all of the different blessings that I've had along the way and put it into a respectable format and presented it as a book.
Now, if a person obtains this book, what would probably be one of the most aspects that you would talk about first that they should look into about the secret of the light?
Their present condition, the condition of their life presently, to reanalyze where they are and make a commitment to change.
Okay, when you say, well, where they are. Okay, so let's say I don't have a job. This is where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pay the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just totally frustrated with going out here, putting out resumes and trying to do things to, turn things around. How can the secret of the light
Well,
help me?
Excuse me, what I can tell you is the path that I took in regards to the travel, and it was based on going out there and actually reinventing a plan for my life and starting off from a point of volunteering. Believe it or not, I had to give of myself to receive the wisdom of that training and the skills. And from that point of experience, I expanded upon it and rebuilt myself.
So when you say volunteer, like what did you volunteer to learn?
Well, the nicest thing about it in regards to the season is that we all presently right now have this great opportunity to rechange and restructure our life, be it by demand, by our present status in our economy or present life changes. And in doing so, the universe is there to choose from. And presently right now, the hardest thing on the planet really right now is the sunshine and the green environmental movement. Everything you keep hearing about green energy and sustainable energy. And that's where I fell in love with it, and it was perfect to me as far as the complete circle with dealing with the light.
So in other words, this light is like the light of understanding the principles of life that you need to be successful in your journey in life?
Totally. It's about the light. It's about the light that shines over our head.
Mm-hmm.
It's about our mind. It's about our principles, our conduct. It's about enlightenment. It's about following the principles of the light, and everything bows down to that principle. Nature, the elements, and the animals, every kingdom has shown us such.
Let's ask this question. Now, you said about the light without, and then there's the light within. Let's talk about the light without, because you talked about the green movement.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's so important about the movement of the green movement? So what?
Oh, so what? That's like Noah coming off the boat and he's saying, so what? What's so important about the flood?
So what's so important about the green?
Well, let me tell you, it's like the biggest, greatest movement and happening and transformation that is going on presently. And a color is being used in a sense of green, and green represents, in a sense of what I'm speaking of in the environment, light. What plants do with sunshine, it's called photosynthesis, and the transformation, it looks to us as green. What we're saying is that technology as we know it today can function by the sunshine, and it has always functioned by the sunshine in the past. Today, present resources are running low, and there's a lot of demand and a lot of, shall we say, compromises that are being lived by in regards to obtain it. So by the earth and the world moving into the green environment as far as the resources and the energy now, it's the great hope for natural energy that doesn't destroy, as in the nuclear or any other artificial man-made substance. And it's about utilizing this natural, pure, free energy so that we all can have access to a better life without destroying our home planet and our lives.
So would that come down to, I guess that's called the solar type of movement with the solar cells and those type of things? Is that what you're saying?
That's part of it, definitely.
Of
you have the solar, of course, and we're dealing with the solar cells like you mentioned, semiconductors, hot water system, electricity. You also have the geothermal type of systems that's dealing with the Earth's temperature, utilizing that for heat. You have wind turbine using the air. So it's about using the four major elements of life again, the water, the earth, the air, the fire, to absorb the energy from the sunlight into a more, shall we say, controllable environment, so we can utilize it, hence electricity.
So I noticed you haven't said this, but are you advocating that we get rid of oil?
I'm advocating that we don't rape our planet anymore, period, in the sense that it's not necessary. It has been proven that we can function without having to destroy ourselves in the process. It's all about life. Mm-hmm. And if we can obtain joy and happiness and the ability to sustain our desires without having to destroy life, that's what I'm advocating for.